You have probably seen the claim. Somebody online swears that a Chihuahua's bite force is around 3,900 PSI. That would put your 6-pound couch goblin in the same league as a crocodile. Spoiler, your Chihuahua is not secretly a crocodile. But the real story behind that tiny bite is actually more interesting and a lot more useful than the myth. So in this video, we are going to settle the Chihuahua bite force question for good. I will give you the real number, show you where that ridiculous 3,900 figure came from, explain how experts actually measure a dog's bite, and walk through why a small bite can still hurt. Then I will get into why Chihuahuas nip in the first place and what actually helps. Stick around to the end, because the part about bite wounds and infection is the bit most owners genuinely need to know. If tiny dogs with big opinions are your thing, you are in the right place. The real number. Let's start with the answer everybody came for. Most reliable estimates put a Chihuahua's bite force somewhere around 100 to 180 PSI. PSI just means pounds per square inch, which is a way of describing how much pressure those little jaws can put out. Now, here is the honest part that a lot of websites skip. That number is an estimate. Nobody has ever put a sensor between a Chihuahua's teeth and published a clean lab result for the breed. So when you see a confident exact figure floating around, treat it as a careful guess based on the size and shape of the dog, not a measured fact. That honesty matters because the made-up numbers are exactly what fuel the fear in the first place. Where the 3,900 PSI myth came from. So where did 3,900 PSI come from? Honestly, it came from the internet doing what the internet does. One site copies another, the number gets repeated a few thousand times, and suddenly it feels like fact. Let's put it in perspective. A saltwater crocodile bites at roughly 3,700 PSI. A great white shark reaches around 4,000. A Chihuahua has a skull about the size of a lemon. There is no version of physics where a head that small generates pressure in the range of an animal that can crush a turtle shell. When you see that 3,900 number, you can file it right next to the headlines about your horoscope, changing your whole personality. How bite force is actually measured. Here is the genuinely cool part. How do experts figure out a dog's bite force without losing a finger? There are really two approaches. The first is direct measurement. In one well-known study, researchers fitted protective sleeves with force sensors and recorded the bite of working police dogs. German Shepherds came in at a median of around 360 newtons. Belgian Malinois landed near 247. Those are big, powerful dogs, and even they are nowhere near crocodile territory. The second approach is modeling. Researchers look at the size and shape of the skull and jaw muscles, then calculate a likely range. That skull and jaw modeling is where the Chihuahua's 100 to 180 PSI estimate comes from. The head shape sets a ceiling, and a Chihuahua's ceiling is low. Bite force versus other breeds. Let's stack a Chihuahua up against some bigger dogs so you can see the gap. These are widely cited estimates, so think of them as a general guide. A Chihuahua sits around 100 to 180 PSI. A Pomeranian is similar. An English Bulldog is estimated near 210. A German Shepherd around 238. An American Bulldog roughly 305. A Cane Corso up near 700. And the breed usually crowned the strongest biter, the Kangal, gets thrown around at well over 700, though even that figure is more estimate than verified lab number. So your Chihuahua is sitting at the very gentle end of that lineup. Their reputation as some fierce little biter is wildly out of proportion to what their jaws can actually do. Why a small bite can still hurt. Okay, but a low number does not mean a Chihuahua bite is nothing. Two things make their bites matter more than the PSI suggests. First, those teeth are small, sharp, and fast. A Chihuahua can break skin and cause real pain, even with low pressure behind it. People are often surprised by how much a little bite stings, which is part of why the myth survives. The damage feels bigger than the force. Second, the target matters. A bite to a child's face or hands or to another small pet can cause genuine injury and scarring. Kids are especially at risk because they are right down at a small dog's level and they tend to move fast and unpredictably. And here is the part I really want you to hear. Any dog's mouth carries bacteria, so any bite that breaks the skin can lead to infection. Signs may take a day or more to show up, and they can include swelling, warmth, blisters, a fever, or redness spreading out from the wound. If a Chihuahua bite punctures the skin, it may help to wash the area, keep an eye on it, and check in with a doctor or urgent care if any of those signs appear. A deep puncture, a bite to the face, or any bite on a child usually deserves a prompt look from a medical professional. Quick note while we are here. I am a Chihuahua-obsessed content creator, not a vet or a doctor. This is general information. For an actual wound, signs of infection, or any sudden change in your dog, please talk to a real professional. Why Chihuahuas bite? So if the bite itself is not the threat people imagine, why do Chihuahuas get the nippy reputation at all? Usually because a nip is communication, not malice. A Chihuahua may bite when they feel cornered or startled. They live in a giant, loud, fast-moving human world, and fear is one of the most common reasons a small dog snaps. Some Chihuahuas guard things they love, like a favorite blanket, a toy, or a favorite person. Pain is another big one. A dog who suddenly turns nippy might be hurting somewhere, and that is worth a vet visit. And a Chihuahua who did not meet many people, places, and other animals as a puppy may just be more wary as an adult. Rescue dogs with a rough past often need extra time before new hands feel safe. The good news is that most tiny dog nipping responds really well to patience and consistency. A few things that genuinely help. Socialize early and gently with calm, positive exposure to new experiences while your Chihuahua is young. Reward the behavior you want, so calm and friendly moments earn praise and a treat. Give your dog a safe retreat like a bed or a quiet corner they can disappear into when the world gets to be too much. Go easy on the corrections because harsh punishment tends to crank up fear, and more fear usually means more defensive biting. And set kind, clear boundaries, especially teaching kids to leave a resting dog alone. If the nipping keeps going no matter what you try, a vet or a good positive reinforcement trainer can build a plan around your specific dog. There is no shame in calling for backup. Your fingers and your dog's stress levels will thank you. So here is where we land. A Chihuahua's bite force is closer to 100 to 180 PSI than to any crocodile, and the scary numbers online are pure myth. Those little teeth can still leave a mark, so the goal was never fear. It was understanding. When you learn why your Chihuahua reacts and you meet that with patience, those tiny teeth tend to stay exactly where they belong, behind a whole lot of attitude and one enormous heart. Now I want to hear from you. Has your Chihuahua ever surprised someone with a bigger reaction than that tiny body should be capable of? Tell me the story in the comments. I read them, and honestly, your Chihuahua's drama is my favorite genre. If you found this helpful, the full written breakdown is on the website with the breed comparison chart and everything in one place. And if you want more Chihuahua truth, tiny dog tips, and rescue stories, join the Chi Society pack for free at the link below. Subscribe, give that pup a treat from me, and I will see you in the next one.